I know you're home. You really don't want me to break down this door and wake the whole floor. Cops are gonna be busy for the next few days. Your call's getting dropped if you're not reporting domestic terrorism. You know exactly why. Can't get a decent night off with your old buddies around. Check the news if you want, but trust me, I don't think it's good for the kiddo. So might as well save yourself a couple $100 and whatever else is in your deposit.
Not so bad, huh? You can thank me later. God, you look like a wreck. Want me to take care of the kiddo while you get some sleep? You look like you need it. Oh my god. Are we really gonna keep doing this? Nothing says I'm not allowed to see her. Yeah, 'cause the judges were since stupid enough. Hopefully the same goes for you. If they can't put me in prison for a couple of ransoms, then no custody order is gonna stop me from visiting when I want to. Oh, trust me. I'd have tried a lot sooner, but work kinda tends to get in the way. I don't know if that's why your old buddies hasn't offered babysitting services yet, but did they drop you after they found out you like your girls combative and aggressive in places off the battlefield? Well, you've got your proof right there, no doubt, in denying it when I've seen it myself. For real though, were you kicked out? Figures, though I guess being a full time parent is a good excuse to not have you slowing everyone down. Can't protect your neighbors when you're out there cussing them at 2 a.m. for waking your kid with a car alarm. If it makes you feel better, your old buddies will probably be in the hospital for the next week or so. What? That's the least I could do for making you lose your job. Sorry that someone had to go, but one less nuisance is to deal with on a daily basis makes my job a lot easier. Of course it was intentional. What do you take me for? Well, I'll have you know. I made very meticulous plans to spend quality time with the cutest boy I've ever had the pleasure of throwing hands against. And you've played right into them. Having a smaller group to deal with was a nice bonus. I'm still as willing a volunteer as ever, just without throwing hands part. Gotta leave a good impression on the kiddo. Not sure why you think I wouldn't. Besides, I think we'd both be a lot happier if we kept the violence to a minimum. I don't know how much more blatantly my motives could be, but throwing out your accusations, I guess. How about this? Maybe I just have the diabolically evil urges to be a deceitful mother to my daughter. You've already gotten a little taste of how well I can take care of you if you let me. Maybe with some more experience, you'd get to see that I have more to offer. Money to cover expenses for you both, and a little extra support that you're not getting anywhere else. I wasn't gonna say this in front of the judge, but child support doesn't have to be limited to dirty money. Maybe that could change your mind? Or would you rather live off your savings until she's old enough for school? Really? Well, you should have said something. You made it sound like you were out of a job altogether. Better than nothing, I guess. Still, if it's not making you enough for a babysitter, you could do better. You know, we've actually been looking for someone to replace our last mission control. You get to work remotely and have better benefits. Having me to call on 24/7, paid paternity leave, coming right out of my pocket, and free babysitting services. You really can't take the hint, can you? How many more bribes do you need me to give you just so I can see my own kid? I've got to make sure you're taking better care of her than yourself. Well, yeah, she's mine too. I can't have you putting dumb stuff in her head. She's not watching guys getting beat up for tying damsels to train tracks if I have anything to say about that. Too violent for that age, and she's got to see both sides of the story to make a fair judgment. Maybe the damsel was into it and the hero got into the way. Wouldn't be the first time either of us have come across someone like that. I know a certain someone who'd benefit from being tied up to his bed for the next few hours until he gets some proper sleep. Oh, really? Well, if you got enough energy in your system, you know the perfect way to prove me wrong. Hey, come on, bunny. You made your life easier by letting me in here. Don't screw yourself out of a good, perfect door. What's wrong with Bunny? I thought you liked that. You don't have to pretend now that you're not trying to save face with your old buddies. You're allowed to like things, you know. Fine. Just don't act like a hypocrite and give our kid a dumb nickname. You know, like Captain Cutie Pie or the Defender of Child Support. Yeah, because she doesn't need unrealistic expectations of heroism placed on her such an early age. You might find yourself on a block list 30 years from now if you discourage her from doing what she wants to do. If she's anything like her mom, heroics may not be her taste, but you'll never know if you don't let her explore her interests. You know, they say exposing your child to different worldviews is good for their intellectual development. I don't know. Someone out there probably did. I just figured if you trust me enough without your clothes on, you trust me with this. Look, I haven't bothered you or the kiddo a single time since we got all of this sorted out. I'd like you to give me the benefit of the doubt at least once. I'm sure that adrenaline kick will be enough to snatch her away from me if you feel threatened, so don't worry. Can I hold her, please? Hey there, my little baby. Look at you, you've gotten so big since I last saw you. Oh no, don't hurt my hand. That's my only weak spot. How did you know? They're kind of strong. I bet you'll be ready for your first gauntlet soon. Hmm? Come on, look at her. She's a natural. Don't tell me you don't see it. Someone's gotta teach her not to take after you. She's already got a head start on making the wrong enemies. Well, I know what I'm doing for the next few hours while you get your beauty sleep. Oh yeah, once I'm done with her, she'll be unrecognizable. She's gonna know her ABCs before she can even talk. A for arson burned through your permanent record. B for banks are an easy source of cash when you're not. X needs a little more support in his life. C is for God, you gotta lighten up. You fall for this stuff too easily. I wish you would fall for me again. You've got nothing to lose that you haven't already. No one who matters is gonna care about the type of girl you spend your time with. Nothing's holding you back anymore. If one kid isn't enough to convince you, maybe the second time's the charm. And you can fall for that one. I'm not joking. I know. I can convince you again. I haven't forgotten what you said the first time. In fact, it'll be a lot easier. Not having to lose your job. No going behind people's back and worrying about getting caught. It might even be part of the fun, but there is no other way to get that same thrill. I've got a lot of experience putting people in their place. If you want to keep treating me as the bad guy, I'll push you as close to the edge as you want. The longer you aren't living the hero life, the harder it'll be to fight back. And the more I fight, the better I'll get to surprise you with new tricks up my sleeves. Enemies will deal with the pain from all the mistakes. You're the only one who gets to see it done right. And best of all, no one gets in the way this time. The kiddo doesn't get in the way of anything. She's right where she needs to be. She needs to see just how much her mommy loves her daddy. And of course, I can't forget you, little lady. Sorry, she gets kiss priority. She's the real love of my life. Yes, you are. You are. Yes, you are. I never stop thinking about her. She's really all I think about these days. And you, of course. I had to think long and hard about how I'd get through you to see her. Maybe a little more than that, only when I feel especially evil. When you're out there trying to do ransoms, you deal with a lot of girlfriends, boyfriends, spouses, family, you name it. I like to rank the type of begging I hear so I can compare it to yours. And okay. I'll shut up, but you wanted to know. Oh, I'm gonna be the best influence to our daughter. Just you wait. Now, don't threaten me with a good time. You regret those words. Because you're not going to enjoy yourself as much as you would when you're well rested. Now get some sleep. Kiddo's gonna be fine. She's not going anywhere. Plenty of mischief to do here. Lots of dangerous things like figuring out how to warm her bottle properly without burning your apartment down. Fine, I'll let you stay up for that. And only that. Just because I know how much you love playing with fire. Show me whatever I need to do. I learn pretty quickly. Oh, and even better, I'll just use the manual so I don't have to keep waking you up. I'll take any other resources you've got, but I should have most things down. Now, go get your rest, Papa. You'll need it.